It looks like I'm like in a super cold place, but I'm actually not. I'm just like very sensitive to the cold. Um, but it's about 12 degrees here today. Um, and I don't really have my heating on because I don't really like heating. It feels kind of unnatural, I would say. But yeah, I don't really have a goal for today's thing either. I had like one idea. So I wanted to build a project. It kind of solves a pain point I've had for a while in life, which is I should actually put the yeah I should put the window with my face on the actual webcam monitor because uh, I think this angle is fine. So yeah, so I was thinking I would solve like this. I can at least take this one off. Yeah, I was thinking I would solve this issue, which is I've always wanted to go out and socialize on the weekends or like any day, in fact. But this like getting the blinds up a bit. I've always wanted to interact and socialize and go to events on the weekends. Now, of course, you can go to those places with people you already know, but what about meeting new people, right? So that's always fun. So I wanted to like build a project that does that for me, and it's like super autonomous. And now that we have LLMs and all the agentic infrastructure, I'm not sure if I'm going to use agents, maybe in some sense, but now that we have LLMs which can at least interpret things and like you can give them context on what to filter and give me as a notification, um, what I'm planning to do is set up an agent or like an assistant which would help me essentially, which would just like give me a notification that there's this thing. It'll just go through a bunch of online resources and it'll tell me, okay, this is a thing that you could potentially go to, and if I like it, I'll go to it. So that's that's the gist of it. Maybe it'll run. I don't know if it'll run like once in a while and like just poll different places, or whether it will work on some kind of a pull basis. I'm not sure exactly how that works. Like I've heard of things like webhooks, but yeah, I don't know really how it's gonna be. I know the problem I'm trying to solve, but I don't know yet like how to solve it. So we're gonna talk with actually ChatGPT to also make sure that what we are working on makes sense, right? And it's gonna be a fun project. So I think we should get started. I don't really know how to share my screen. I'm not really using OBS or anything like that. Um, so I still need to figure out how to share my screen. And before doing that, I also want to just set up the right uh, environment. Uh, so just give me a little bit of time and I should be with you soon. What is happening here? Oh, interesting. Hmm. Yeah, so it's going to be a mix of things, right? It's definitely going to be a mix of things. There's going to be different components to it. And based on different websites, the architecture or the infrastructure might change a little bit. But yeah, all of that, we're going to slowly figure all of that out, figure out how to do shit. All right. So how do we get started? I need to figure out how to share my screen. Okay. Allow. Do I want to share the entire screen? My monitor is quite huge. So I think if I share my entire screen, the problem is going to be that nothing would be visible. So I think I'll have to share an application window. But then the problem with that is that I do want to switch between VS Code and ChatGPT, or like the web browser, or potentially the terminal. The one thing I can do is let's just share the entire screen for the monitor, right? And then we can do one thing. Like you can see right now, it's like super small. I'm gonna go into like display settings and see if I can increase, like I can do a scale thing, right? Whoa, that's freaking huge. I think it should be quite doable. Yeah. Yes. Okay, cool. So, I mean, we're going to start with just ChatGPT, and eventually we will be going over. Actually, this is making my computer super slow as well, because this resolution is freaking I think 4K. Yeah, it's 4K. But after scaling, it should have been fine, right? Like, oh no, it was before scaling. So even before and after, it's pretty bad. I guess regardless of the scale, like the pixels I need to upload is gonna remain the same. I don't know. How do I go about doing this? I guess we can try like the application window thing and like keep switching way to do it. So, and I'm just gonna do a quick, no. Screenshot, which will hopefully be my thumbnail. Okay, let's just start with application level stuff. Right, so let's just do application window, ChatGPT. Yeah, let's start with that. Let's see if it still slows down. I mean, right now it's like scaled. I mean, it's not scaled. Sorry, it's full screen. So definitely, let's actually bring the resolution. Let me bring the scale back to 100%. And now the ChatGPT window should become super small. The amount of pixels we're now outputting is super small. And yeah, I think it's smooth now. Yeah, okay. So actually, before we even do that, what I want to do is, I really wish there was a way to like do two things at once. Will I have to like keep switching between? This sucks. I can share my terminal, but then I'll have to share my VS Code thing, and then I'll have to share my. It's just kind of annoying. Let me just think, like, what's the most important thing? We can start with the terminal, and I can talk to ChatGPT, and we can just start writing notes in the terminal, right? So usually I like to make stuff in this directory. We need to name the project, right? So the project is essentially about events. It's about going. It is so a technical name for the project, like a descriptive name for the project, could be something like event notifier, right? Event assistant, right? So that could potentially be a name. So let's ask ChatGPT what would be a good name for something like this. ChatGPT sucks at naming things, but event radar. So agent is like a big thing these days. We could name it something like event agent or Attendify. No. Oh, Attendify is not that bad, actually. We can go with Attendify. Or let me just search. There's already a company called Identify, which is for AI face recognition attendance software. Attendify. Nah, fuck that. Out there. No. Tailor events, event sense, sync up, moment match, vibe finder now. Agenda flow. I don't know. Trying to make it open source, both social and professional. I'm hoping something that notifies you instead of you going to have to look, except maybe the initial phase where you context engineer the agent or whatever to figure out what you want. Okay, let's see. event agent is the one that the problem with event is though that event is also used in it's like a terminology that's used in it's like a technical terminology. So event agent could mean we could have something like meetup agent. Meetup is like a very well-defined thing. It doesn't mean many things. I'm actually gonna write some of this stuff down. So meetup, right? This event agent. So something to do with rendezvous, maybe. Although I don't really want. Wait, do I not have Vim? I'm actually using VI as in. Let's say names.txt sudo app install Vim. Event agent, event scout, auto attend, yeah. Context scout. We could call it event, no, not event daemon, watchtower now. So I'm like kind of leaning towards slightly leaning towards meetup agent. Although I also want it to be like kind of a cool name. I don't really want meet. I want it to be like one word. Like, you know how like cool projects are just like short one word, right? So I don't know. Let's look at some more ChatGPT suggestions. Right place. Right place like sounds like a company. So if I was like opening a fucking cringe company, I would like call this right place or something like that. Timely, again, like a company. Happily. Moment finder, now match. Let's ask something to do with meetup. Meet. Yeah, instead of meet up, we can just say meet something, right? Gather. Meet scout. Meet agent. Meet scout isn't bad. It's shorter at least than meet. Fuck you. Meet scout. I wouldn't use the hyphen here. I'm just putting it so that it looks cleaner. Meet scout. Like what does scout mean exactly? That's not bad actually. A soldier or person sent out ahead of a main force so as to gather information about the enemy's position, strengths, or movements. Meet scout. Meet scout isn't bad. Auto meet radar. Meet scout is a nice name, I would say. Yeah, I think Meet Scout is good. Nice. Okay, let's go with that. Sorry. I'm just gonna name it Meet Scout. All right. So, okay. So now, actually, before talking to ChatGPT, let's just like flesh it out. Let's flesh things out as much as we can, right? So we're in a fresh repo. Let's just call it plan or plan.md. So I think we can start with some actual stuff that I know. So there's a school website called Luma, right? Which is nice. Create a passkey, sign in without, nah. Welcome to Luma, Abhay. Yeah, thanks, bitch. No upcoming events. I want to discover, yeah. So I don't know if Luma has, I don't know if Luma has, this is the brightness for the monitor. Yeah. How do we get to know of things like, so I'll just write it down actually. So there's going to be a bunch of things, one of which is going to be sources. So something like luma.com, or it could be meetup.com, right? Although, no, it's fine. Let's see. Popular events, London. So, okay, so I'm subscribed to London, but why do I never get like emails from Luma? You know, that's do I ever get emails from Luma? I don't know. Okay, I do get I do get emails from Luma. It's just kind of annoying because uh, hmm,
everybody at British have experimented with Cloud Code, Codex, OpenClaw, any open source. We're very fluent in it, even though we have different backgrounds. That's number one. And number two, I think just taking life by the balls and grab all the opportunities that you have. So we grew really, really fast because we saw that um, I think there's two school of thoughts here. A lot of people in the West think that things happen linearly, but in Asia, everyone is incentivized by incentives. So even when I was learning math at a young age, my parents really knew.
Interesting. Web. I mean, there's obviously Discord as well. So there's LinkedIn, there's Instagram, I think there's X. I haven't really seen events, but maybe, if your agent is like on X, it might eventually find a tweet or some. I don't know. I don't know what it means, but yeah. The biggest issue is going to be actually getting information, honestly. That's going to be the biggest issue. And do we want the user to put effort into making it easier for the agent to get information? Like, how would you even so something like Luma, I could kind of understand, like some of these things might be easier to do. Yeah. In terms of syncs, it could be WhatsApp. I think WhatsApp is the best, but obviously you can also keep email. I mean, in fact, even sources can be email, but do you want to give access to? So what I mean to say by this is there's this thing called email comments. So like whatever email address you have, if you just add a plus XYZ before the @ it gets ignored. So if let's say your email is like x@gmail.com, what the fuck? You could just do x plus meetscout@gmail.com. This effectively means the same thing to Gmail. So Gmail is just going to remove this plus meetscout, and you're going to get the email. So you could, wherever you're signing up, so as an example, if you're signing up to Luma, you could just put your email with the comments that this is Meet Scout, and you'd still get it. But then maybe there would be a way to filter and send those emails to to your agent, and then your agent can decide how to deal with them. I'm not sure if that's gonna work out, but that was just like a first starter thought. So there's Meetup, there's Eventbrite. I don't know if it's eventbrite.com or just Eventbrite. University pages, like, and of course there's websites, right? Websites like standalone conference websites, right? It could be X, Blue Sky, Mastodon, whatever. I've never used any of these. I mean, I've used X, but conference websites, I don't know what else. But yeah. All these could be sources: Syncs, WhatsApp, email, Telegram, whatever. Right. And there's also like an element of context engineering required, which essentially means you'll start with a very loose filter. Over time, work with the agent to update the context. On what to send to the syncs, right? So it's not really, you can still store everything. You can still store pre-filter stuff somewhere. Just don't send to user sync or whatever. Right. This is gonna be the biggest problem. Like, how do we access all this information? This is priority number one. Like, rest of this is like easy peasy stuff. I mean, maybe not context engineering like this, also slightly difficult, but yeah, the most difficult thing is that, I believe. The most difficult thing is getting the data. So ChatGPT says event ingestion is the first layer. There's also newsletters. I don't know how newsletters would work. What does that even mean? Like, do newsletters have, I don't know, RSS feeds, community calendars? There's Reddit. Completely forgot about that. LinkedIn. Conceptually, there's sources, there's collectors, and then there's normalized events. Each collector outputs a format. The normalization step is critical. Event understanding, AI enrichment. So the first the first layer is event ingestion. Now we come to event understanding. The AI will take those events and figure out something, and then I don't know. Do we need all this? Like, so the ChatGPT is asking me to maintain a performance vector and then, make a recommendation engine. Do we need all this? Like, do we actually need code, or just, I mean, LLMs have solved this thing, right? Like, we can just ask the LLM, like, we can just talk to the LLM in English, say this is what we like, this is what we don't like. We don't actually need to build something in code, at least for the user preference modeling. Do we really need embeddings? Can't we just give context to LLMs as feedback as they learn over time? So ChatGPT got stuck. We can start with a simple target. This is plan.md. We can do a todo.txt, I guess. We can start with Google source. What do you think is the most important source? Or we could also have, actually, let me just rename this as well. Could also have yeah, so instead of like messaging, like you could have like a single page which has everything. Then it would become like an aggregator. Yeah, that's true. It will become an aggregator. Should I just skip this project? I feel like it would be much more fun to like just work on like the problem of getting data, but yeah, these are two separate problems. We can start working on sources first. Right. I mean, the more I think of it, like if you're that dedicated to like go to meetups and whatever, I guess you'd be better off just going to all those websites yourself, you know. And if you're really not into like doing the meetup thing, then even if you keep getting those notifications, you're not really gonna want to go for anything. As an example, like I was getting the luma.com notifications, right? So that was the case, but I did not go for it. Yeah, so I didn't even notice it. Maybe if I get it on WhatsApp, it will be different. It'll definitely be different. I think I put a higher priority on WhatsApp. So if I make something which aggregates these events and sends it to me on WhatsApp, that would be cool. I'm not sure if Luma already does it. Because if it does, then I might as well. Instagram. No, number. Okay, Luma does have WhatsApp stuff, even updates, feedback requests, guest registrations, feedback responses, new members, product updates. Yeah, I mean, Luma already has it. we can actually go through, I can actually go through all of these one by one. And see whether what I'm trying to do, it makes sense or not, right? So let's try Meetup. If Meetup, I'm pretty sure Meetup also like gives you some kind of an update or something. Okay, so Meetup. Settings. It's what fucking no. Account management. Yeah. So Meetup does have only email and push, no WhatsApp. See, Eventbrite. Mm-hmm. I have a bunch of groups from Bangalore that I need to get out of. Let's leave this group because I'm not in Bangalore anymore. There was this one time, like, an annoying thing happened to me. I joined, like, I don't know, was it? Yeah, I think it was a meetup when I was in Bangalore, when I had just joined Bangalore, shifted to Bangalore. And I joined that meetup, and it was like a virtual thing. And then I wanted to leave it. And the guy was like, nah, don't leave it. Like, I don't know, on message. He was like getting so annoyed, like, who the fuck are you to leave the fucking group? You haven't been here long enough. You don't know it gets better or whatever. I'm like, bro, I want to leave the group. Like, is it a fucking jail? Like, I got really pissed at that guy. Like, it's just a fucking meetup, bro. Like, people will come and go. Like, chill. Uh, but anyway, let's see if I can figure out how we can get stuff from Eventbrite. So I think all that is great. Linked accounts, contact info. Yeah, I don't know. Monzo, from problem to product, March 18. That sounds interesting. And that's so freaking close. I fucking hate it. Like, I should have known about this sooner. Join waitlist. No. I don't want to. Fuck you. Chat with Monzo. No, I just wanna. How do I follow your shit, bro? Like, I just wanna. Okay, it's a group. So you just join the group. That's nice. I like Meetup. I think it used to be shit, but I like the interface now. Contact info. Interesting. I can't see shit when it comes to Eventbrite. Let me check my Gmail. Maybe. Yeah, the whole fucking tool I was working on, I think all of it could just be like using Gmail filters to like just put all those emails like in a different folder and and just go through that folder every now and then. Yeah, let me see like what kind of emails I'm getting from Eventbrite. Oh, I got one today. Interesting. Okay. Nice. heard a lot of these things are supposedly in on weekdays. It's a 2-for-1 deal, bro. I don't have a girlfriend. This is not. It would be funny if, like, in the overview, they wrote. So I'm looking at like an Indian professionals in London meetup. Oh, but it's for real estate. Fuck. Anyway, if it was for like tech or whatever, like it would be funny, like if they wrote, something like non-Indians not allowed. Interesting. Okay, there's another one. This one's on 27th, which is a Friday. This is nice. I mean, I think the key here is you really do need to be on top of shit, you know? I think, like, that's probably the only way. The amount of effort it would take for me to, like, make that agent to do all this for me, it's just not worth it. Like, I could, like, build a system for myself without using any code. So that's what I'm going to do, I think. The main thing I'm thinking of doing is just making a folder with things with apps that can help you figure out where to go, etc. Right. So let's see, what apps do I have that help me do that thing. I have a bunch of apps from Bangalore, but those are like Indian apps. I don't think Luma has any app. Oh wait, there's something. Oh, Luma does have an app. How did I not know this? I'm not sure if my mobile is connected. It is. I just added it, I guess. Oh, this is nice. Okay, so Luma is there. Fever is there. Not Monzo. Okay, what else? So yeah, the problem is I don't actually mind going on these apps every now and then because these apps are like just for events, right? The main problem comes when it comes to like these fucking social media apps. I really don't want these social media apps on my phone. It's just annoying as fuck. And the thing is, for a lot of these, like, you're only gonna find stuff that you're gonna find stuff that's only there, right? So, as an example, for Discord, I mean, I don't hate Discord by any means, but I don't really want to spend time on Discord. So, as an example, let me open my Discord and see. I'm pretty sure I'm in a bunch of groups that are from London, and they sometimes have meetups in person. I'm gonna quit this server. So yeah, there's Disc Bridge, but that's for like Cambridge. I don't even know why I came in this thing. I'm like in some Cambridge cannabis server for some reason. What's this? Uh, I don't even know what this server is. Yeah, lots of weird shit going on. I need to sort. I need to sort my servers out. Yeah, so there's okay. Yeah, so I do have like an LHR folder, which hopefully should have um, something of use. So we have this thing called London Hackspace. Uh, Again, I don't really know if I ever want to go there. I mean, I'm here. I might as well like do something close by, right? So I think hack spaces are mostly like hardware related, which I don't really want to do. Yeah, I think it's hardware stuff. There's a Discord server for London. Is there any event here? I don't know. How many people does this have? No idea, but it doesn't seem to have any events. I don't know. This London Social Club. Yeah, this. There's not much going on. I don't even know what the fuck this is. We need to leave this server. Yeah, why am I here? This is just weird. Weird shit. One event. It's just so funny. Is this still active? People born in 1996 are going to be turning 30 this year, which is insane. I hate the whole age thing. It's just so annoying. Like, why do you want to check my age? Hmm. Okay, I went through Discord. Honestly, I don't see any Discord which is like super active in a way that I want it to be. So for me, Discord is kind of a no-no. No useful Discord I could find right now. I don't want London Hackspace. LinkedIn. LinkedIn is super useful. But again, I'm not so sure, like, how long have I been? It's been 1 hour. LinkedIn is super useful. The only thing with LinkedIn is that is it possible to no, not that. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT, is it possible to this is insane. Yeah. I think there was a way to there's another thing you could do, which is Mm-hmm. Nice. So, yes, that can be done. Basically, this whole project, not whole, but at least these things, the solution for these is an email filter. You don't really need anything else. These still need to be figured out. And there's sports stuff, right? So you wanna. This is another thing. Sports stuff. Where would you find that? Is there an equivalent for something like Pleo, but for London? Yeah, I need to work on that. Let me just do. The to-do is now not like technical stuff, but rather just things I need to do. Right. I want to get into sports stuff as well. We'll see. हेलो।
हेलो।
हाँ हाँ बोलो।
हेलो बेटे, क्या हाल है दिनू?
ठीक हूँ आप बताओ।
बस ठीक है। और क्या कर रहा है?
बस कुछ नहीं, घर पे ही हूँ।
अच्छा, हाँ वो तो मैं समझ गई। और बेटे,
हाँ हाँ
नींद ऊंद पूरी हुई?
हाँ, हो गई।
कल काफी लेट आए थे रात को फिर।
नहीं नहीं, कुछ 11:30 बजे तक तो पहुंच गया था मैं।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, मेरे को पिन्नी बुआ का फोन आया था ना आज।
हम्म।
कह रही थी कि बच्चे लेट पहुंचे, तो मैंने अभी तक जगाया नहीं है उसको। उसके 9 बजे हुए थे वहां पे।
किसको
तो
नहीं जगाया?
फिर पता नहीं, चिराग ने उसको फोन नहीं किया अभी तक, ऐसा कुछ
वो
कह रही
लोग
थी।
तो
मैं अभी
जल्दी
तक
निकल गए
जगा
थे
नहीं।
काफी।
अच्छा अच्छा। तो एनीवे, और कैसे रही पार्टी तेरी?
अच्छी थी।
ठीक है। और काफी लोगों को बुलाया हुआ था?
हाँ, आई थिंक एट पीक में भी 20-30 या कुछ था।
अच्छा, काफी लोग थे फिर तो।
हम्म।
चलो, और कहाँ, रेस्टोरेंट में थी या घर पे थी?
घर पे।
अच्छा अच्छा, चलो। तो खाना खुना कैसे किया?
मैंने तो वहाँ वो बीच में वो स्नैक्स वगैरह पड़े थे और थोड़ा बहुत उन्होंने बनाया था, वो मैंने खा लिया था।
अच्छा
वो भी आई थी, जानवी भी आई हुई थी, उसको लग रही थी भूख, बट देन एक सेकेंड।